Hey everyone, Combo here, back with another Empires and Puzzles video, and today we are in day 5 of the 5-star Bloody Battle Raid Tournament with no greens. I'm going to feature my 5 raid flags with commentary. Today's featured hero is going to be Hogni. Hogni is a very hard hitter for 3. He's average mana speed, attacks the target and nearby enemies with the Frostfall Strike, dealing up to 2300 damage, deals 40% more damage if the target is of the fire element. The special skill never misses its targets, reduces max health of the target and nearby enemies by 800. The effect is stronger against targets with boosted health. The target and nearby enemies get minus 70% decrease for any healing received for 4 turns. And then he's also got the Arctic Core passive, where when he goes off, everybody will get 448 frost damage and lower the target's attack by minus 15% each turn. Deals extra damage against heroes with minions or a mega minion, and that will last for 3 turns. So that's a lot of damage to everybody else on top of his Frostfall Strike of up to 2200 or 2300 damage. It's got a pretty good attack stat at 1660, 1611 shield, and 3009 health. And if we go up against any glass heroes, then the glass costumes could reflect it back, but he's also got a passive that has empowered resist frost. So this character is immune to status ailments that deal frost damage and gains 450 boosted health and 5% mana each time they resist. So if a glass costume reflects it back, he's actually going to gain health and mana when that happens, because it gets reflected back to him. All right, so today's first battle, we are going to be going up against a Fergus tank team. They've also got Orakork, Hrothgar, Dima, and Vard. So Hogni's not ideal for bringing up against Fergus, so I might have to bring in Oni Wakamaru for that Undispellable Taunt in just 5 tiles. And then I'm probably going to bring in a couple other blue heroes. Maybe Toon Richard, and then let's get one of my Oni Wakamarus. I've got 2, as you can see. And then I'm going to bring in maybe a couple purples or yellows. Yeah, let's bring in a couple fast speed. I'm going to bring in Medea and Sartana. All right. I think I want to go with this, or I was going to say, do I want to bring in like my dwarves and fawns? But if we're featuring Hogni, then that's going to take away from that a little bit. So we'll keep in Oni Wakamaru, Medea, Richard, and Sartana. All right, let's see how this first flag here goes. Lots of blues, very nice. I wish there was a way I could move up that blue tile so that I could get a blue diamond. I don't see anything, unfortunately, so let's match these 3 blues horizontally in the middle. I'm going to move over the purple so I can match some purples next turn. I'm also going to need to get Oni Wakamaru activated before Hrothgar or Fergus go off. Let's match the 3 purples up against Hrothgar. Maybe I can get a blue in the middle somewhere. We did get a couple blues. Awesome. That worked out great. Now, I am going to match the 3 blues up against Fergus. Now, I think I'm going to wait 1 turn to use Oni Wakamaru, because the taunt's only for 2 turns, so I can't set it off too early. Let's match these 3 reds up the middle. No, let's do them horizontally. I was going to say less chance of a cascade. Now let's use Oni Wakamaru. And then I need to move up a blue tile so I can get some of my blues back. Or some purples. Let's match these 3 greens directly up the middle up against Fergus. Maybe I can get a blue in there. No blue. We did get a purple, though. Make that work. Let's match the 3 purples. And then I'm going to match the blues next turn, which should give me Richard. And I don't think Hogni's going to get a special because of the Moth Dust, unfortunately. Yeah, that's unfortunate. We do have Medea and Sartana now, though. Okay. Let's use... I'm going to use Medea last because Hrothgar has the passive where he could cleanse an ailment. And I'm going to make sure that we don't attack Hrothgar because only when he gets attacked. Let's use Richard in the middle here. And then I'm going to use Medea over here on the 3 on the right. And then let's see if we can kill off Fergus, or do I want to use this on Gongoth? Gongoth is actually really the bigger issue, although I don't want to deal with mana reduction. Let's use this on Fergus. This will kill Fergus. Now let's force Dima to use his special so he can send that Shifting Miles attack over to somebody else. Don't have a lot of options here. I think I might need to match some tiles up against Hrothgar, unfortunately. Yeah, let's match the 3 greens and then I can match the blues next turn. Hopefully that Miles attack gets sent over to Hrothgar, and he kept it on himself. Well, that's not ideal, but let's match these 5 blues here. We do have Hrothgar, or Hogni. Hopefully he's still alive. Of course he's going to get hit by Orggark. Alright. Well, let's hit this blue diamond so that I can get Richard. I'm going to attack the 2 on the right. No. I can't have Hrothgar go off again. We need to kill him. Not enough to kill him, unfortunately. And that cleansed the Shifting Miles attack. This battle's not looking good. Nice cascade. Not enough to kill Hrothgar, unfortunately. He's going to go off again now. I should have just brought my dwarves and fawns. Alright, well, let's see if we can get lucky. I'm going to have to get lucky. Let's match the 3 reds up against Hrothgar. Give me purples. It's probably going to kill everybody. Alright, well, we are 0 for 1 today. Unfortunately, could not really feature Hogni because he got his mana reduced, and then, yeah, just not good. Anyway, moving on. We're going to go up against an ASEAN tank team. They've also got Cerys, Hrothgar, Song Jiang, and then also Glass Richard. I think I might keep the same team here. Yeah. Alright, let's use the same team here. I should have taken out Oni Wakamaru probably to get a more useful hero for a battle like this, but alright, let's start off with the 3 purples and greens over on the right. Gonna try to find a cascade. Nope. Let's match the 4 yellows here in the middle. Now let's hit the yellow dragon so that I can move up that purple tile. Give me some more purple or blues. Alright. I had a purple diamond until that cascade happened. I'm going to match the blues and purples, I think. It's actually going to create another cascade of purples after that. Which I don't want, actually, because I don't need it to get my special. So let's just match these 4 purples here. And then I'm going to use the Shifting Miles attack on Song Jiang. And then let's use Sartana on Cerys. Then I'm going to match these 3 blues to create that cascade of purples. I am going to use Oni Wakamaru right now, and then let's match the 3 blues up against Hrothgar. So I guess having Oni Wakamaru did help this battle. Oh, the Shifting Miles attack went over to Hrothgar. That was awesome. Wish I could have gotten that lucky last battle. Let's use Hogni on the left here. I want to kill Cerys before he goes off. And then he's dead. Now, let's use Richard on the 2 on the right. Match these purpled up against Hrothgar. He's dead from the Arctic core damage. Let's see if we can kill the 2 over here. Alright, that battle went much better. We actually have like almost full health on everybody. Alright, next up we are going to have a Hrothgar tank team. Alright, I am going to keep in Oni Wakamaru, but I'm bringing in some fawns. That way they get increased mana each time they, or rather, each time Hrothgar goes off. So let's bring in my dwarves and fawns. And let's bring in probably 3 fawns. Let's bring in Zadore, Tamlin, and then I cannot use Peregrine, unfortunately. Do I have another fawn? I've got Ascian leveled up. I think that might be my only option, or I could bring in 3 dwarves. I've got Vard, Cerys, and Ixen I could bring in. Yeah, let's do that. Ixen, Vard, and Cerys. Alright, let's go into battle with this. Because you have to bring in 2 of one of them, or minimum 2, because it's 75% chance to resist the negative mana ailment and instant mana reduction if you have one of them. It's 100% if you have at least 2. Alright, let's start off with the 3 greens horizontally on the right bottom. That's going to set off 2 cascades of the yellows and blues. Nice cascading. Not really tiles that helped me, but that's okay. Let's match the yellows and reds on the right. Yeah. Alright, so Hrothgar is going off. Let's match the 3 purples here. Let's match the 3 blues now. That should give me Oni Wakamaru. Nice. Now, let's match the 3 yellows up against Region. Now I'm going to use Oni Wakamaru, because a bunch of them are about to go off. Let's match the 4 reds up against Oracork, maybe, with the greens, yeah. That does dispel him, though. Actually, no, it's undispellable. Ah, duh. Alright, now, let's match the 4 reds up against Slimego so that I can get Cerys' special. Don't kill anybody, please. Alright, let's use Cerys on... Oof. I really want to use him on Oracork. I need to get lucky here for where it goes off second. But I also want to use him on Hrothgar, who's more of a factor. Yeah, let's use it on Hrothgar. And it did hit Oracork. I got very lucky there. I will not complain about that. I was hoping to not kill Hrothgar. That way Ixen can chain all the way through everybody. Nice. And let's use Vard. We might be able to survive this battle. Let's match the 4 greens here. I could have done a diamond, but I didn't want to match another tile up against Region, rather. Please kill them. Yes! Thank you. Now we finally have Hogni. Nice amount of damage. 4,411 damage that was to Flamehide because of him being red, and then also because of the wither effects from Vard for the defense down. Alright, now let's go with these red tiles, and Slimego should be dead from the Arctic Core. 570 damage. Nice. Now we are 2 for 3. Next up, we have a Sung Jiang tank team, and I am going to mix up this team. I'm going to keep in Oni Wakamaru, and let's bring in probably a couple other blues. Definitely going to bring in Richard. And do I want to bring in Magni also? Do I want to bring 4 blues? I do. They've got a lot of reds up front at the flanks. And then let's bring in Medea for the Shifting Miles attack. as well. All right, go into battle with this. All right, not terrible. Start off with the 3 purples in the middle horizontally to set off that cascade of greens. And some other stuff. Let's match the 3 blues all the way on the left up against Thrivaldi. Now let's match the 3 reds here. I want to see if I can get Pony Wakamaru activated before Song Jiang goes off. Awesome. And we have Magni as well. Nice. Alright, let's use Pony Wakamaru for the taunt. And then I'm going to use Magni against Ceres. I'd rather not deal with his Wither effects if I can avoid it. Let's match these 3 blues, which will give me Richard and Hogni, and I can use them on the middle. Let's use Hogni first. And then we should be able to kill Ceres just from the minor part of Richard. Awesome. And Song Jiang is almost dead as well. Let's match the 3 blues up against the Zaza on the left. Let's see what kind of damage we can do to Song Jiang with these purples. I've only got 1 hero. 8 damage and 9 damage on those tiles because he has a defense up. All right. Well, let's hit this blue dragon. It's going to give me Magni's special. We should be able to kill EQ. Let's do that. And then I'm going to match these 3 purples on the right up against Thrivaldi, which will give me Medea. And Song Jiang is dead. Man, I don't want to waste Medea's special on Li Q. Thrivaldi's about to go off, but I can't attack him. That's annoying. And Medea might die. Yeah, let's just use her to kill off Li Q. It didn't kill him. Did put a Shifting Miles attack on him. Maybe he'll send it over to Thrivaldi. What's he got for health left? 9? Wow. Okay. Let's match these 5 reds here. See if I can get lucky with the purple. Okay. And he killed himself. Nice. Everybody stay alive, please. Alright, those blues might help me. Zaza, don't kill everybody. Everybody alive, please. Thank you. Wow. Just got a little lucky there. Okay. I'm going to use Hogni over here. Let's kill Thrivaldi with Richard. And then let's see what kind of damage we can do to Zaza with Magni. And of course they dodged it. Sweet. Alright. We need to tile dump with this red diamond. And then I'm going to just ghost tiles on the right to try to get some blues. Nice. Let's do this. Let's see if I can get a blue on the bottom. No blue. Man. Let's match these 3 purples. That 1 blue next to the... Actually, yeah, it's not going to give me enough for a special. I was going to move that green dragon over, but I don't think that would be enough to do it anyway. I need a blue tile, please. Come on, give me a blue tile somewhere. Zaza's going off again. Man. Alright, let's do this now and see if I can get lucky with something. We got a blue. It's not where I wanted it. Hogni's dead. And it's going to be, like, down to the wire here. All because Zaza evaded or dodged. Give me a blue, please. Thank you. Please do not dodge this special skill. Thank you. All right. All right, so we won that battle, a close one. We are now 3 for 4, 1 flag left, and we're definitely going to need to win this to get into the top 1%. Right now we're ranked 67-89, and we've got a Bernadette tank team. Okay, so I'm going to keep in most of these heroes. Let's just take out Magni, and then I want to put in Kushanku, the yellow raccoon dude. Let's put back in Medea. So I've got 3 different colors of counters for Bernadette, with Oni Wakamara with the Undispellable Taunt, Kushanku with the mindless attack, and then Medea with the shifting mindless attack. All right. Now, we need 5 tiles for either Kushanku or Oni Wakamara, or 7 for Medea. Let's start off with the 3 purples all the way on the right. Okay. Gonna match the 3 yellows up against Lee Q, and then match these 3 yellows up against Bernadette. Perfect. So we've got our tiles for Kushanku. I don't want to use them too early, though, because it only lasts for 2 turns. Let's match this red diamond, see what happens after that. Okay, now we need to use this on Bernadette, because I'm going to match those 4 blues in the middle. And set off a cascade, which, good thing I used the mindless attack. Alright, so I cannot use the shifting mindless attack on Sung Jiang because he has the ailment immunity. I definitely want to use Oni Wakamara right now because Sung Jiang and Lee Q are about to go off. I think I'm going to use the shifting mindless attack right now on Lee Q. Although, if Sung Jiang hits a critical hit, then he's going to dispel, or cleanse rather. So let's hit him with the 3 blue tiles. It's going to give me Hogni and Richard. And now let's hit Lee Q with the shifting mindless attack. Alright, now let's hit the 3 on the right here with Hogni. Now let's hit the 3 on the left here with Richard. This match is going well. Alright, now let's hit this blue dragon with the purple diamond. It's going to give me Medea back, so Jing's dead. We're in bloody battle, so Astro the Reviver can't do shit. And Lee Q is dead from the Arctic Core and sent the shifting mindless attack over to Astrid. We might be able to kill her right now. Not quite. Let's see what kind of damage that Arctic Core does. 598 damage. And let's have Hogni finish her off. And we ended up going 4 for 5 after losing that first battle. And right now I'm in the top 1%. Currently ranked 3909. That's going to be a close one if I end up finishing in the top 1%. Because right now our defense hasn't been doing too good yet. I've only got a D rating. I should not have put Fergus at the tank position. I was like, oh, no greens. Maybe Fergus will come back to life. But as we all know, Astral Dwarves and Woodland Fawns have completely nerfed Fergus. And a lot of top players have at least 5 of those to be able to resist Fergus. So defense not doing so good. Let me know how your 5-star Bloody Battle Raid tournament went this week. And that is going to do it for today's video. I hope you did enjoy it or found it helpful. And if you did, hit that like button. Make sure you sub to my channel. And I'll catch you guys next time.